There we go. Yes, yes, yes. We're back. Hi, everybody. Yes, it's a new year. It is a new year. I missed you guys. I'm glad to be back. As usual, it's the first show of the new year. I hope everybody had a fabulous holiday. I hope Santa brought you whatever you wanted, and you guys had a great time with family. Ate a lot of food. I know I did. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys had a great new year. A lot of stuff is going down this year. A lot. It's midterms, so there's going to be a lot of races. We'll definitely, guys, keep you updated. That should be a major reason why you guys should subscribe. And if not, please hit that subscribe button. But with that being said, please, once you get in here, give a shout out to YouTube, one of YouTube's best moderators. She is in the building. Also hit that like button. But with that being said, you ready to
Did you introduce me? I don't recall. I don't remember being introduced. Did you introduce yourself? What's going on here?
No, I didn't even. I was just saying hello to everybody. Everybody, you already know. The best person, my partner right there, Lana Quest. I'm so sorry. I was just so excited. I'm excited to be back, y'all. I'm excited.
Yes, Rusty, we gotta get
horrible.
The kinks out.
Right? That was horrible.
Yeah.
But with that, did you want to say anything before we actually?
I don't know. Did I get introduced? Hi, I'm Lana Quest. And on today's show, Casey's just happy. He got on his suit and tie. I've been on my suit and tie. Yeah, he got that suit and tie on today, guys. But on today's show, we're going to give you guys a little vital COVID information. We're going to talk about some flooding in Brazil, climate change, some John Ossoff, Josh Hawley, fighting over some inside trading stuff. Casey will explain it. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just here. So that's going to be today's show. And we have some poster questions. We're going to have some fun. Let's go. Take it away, Casey.
Let's do it. So we gonna jump right into it, everybody. I hope, again, everybody had a good holiday, but it's time to get to business. And the first thing, please hit that like button.
I'm hitting it right now.
Hit that like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm and all of that. But like always, we're going to get into our quick news. And we're going to start off. If you guys haven't heard, the Ahmaud Arbery case has finally come to a head, and the sentences have been doled out. I'll make sure to put all this, guys, in the description after the show so you can check it out yourself. But as it stands, Travis and Gregory McMichael, that's the father and son, they have life without a chance of parole. And the William Bryan person, the guy that was filming it, that was in the car behind him, they gave him life with the possibility of parole, but only after 30 years.
Yeah,
that's a long time. That's yeah. We're gonna give you parole after 30 years.
Yeah, he's not young, so that's
I think he's like in his mid-50s or 60s or something like that.
Yeah.
So 30 years is yeah. So basically they all have been found guilty. This is just awesome to hear that. They deserve it. It's something that we've always talked about, where you have these individuals who think they can just do what they want because they may be associated with law enforcement or they are law enforcement. And to see this, is what they deserve. They chased the brother down while he was jogging.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to say any more about that. But we're gonna move right along. So, and I hate to say this, but we have lost some great people in the beginning of this year. I do want to start off, just because I'm a filmmaker, I'm in that realm and things like that. We have to start off with Sidney Poitier. He passed. He was 94 years old, had an awesome career, great actor. The Heat of the Night, Uptown Saturday Night with Bill Cosby, Let's Do It Again. These are classic films. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? That one was very, like, everybody was just like, whoa.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But he was a phenomenal actor, paved the way. He was the first Black man to win an Emmy or an Academy Award. Phenomenal. So condolences to the family. We definitely lost a good one with Sidney Poitier. But with that, within that same realm, we also lost Miss Betty White. She was a golden girl. Everybody loved her. The younger crowd may remember her for doing the dab on SNL. They kind of made a meme out of that.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
It was funny when she did it, but majority of people may remember her from that. But she was in Golden Girls, which was like, I don't know how many seasons.
She's the last living Golden Girl.
Yeah, she was. Had an amazing career and just did a lot for women, because she definitely spoke up for women's rights, making sure, equal pay before it was mainstream and how we see it today. But she did try to help out as many people as she could. Great person.
Animals too. She was a big fighter for animal rights. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she was. She was 99 when she passed. Everybody was hoping she could make it to the new year, because her birthday was literally right around the corner. So, but even still, she had a great personality. A lot of people loved her, and condolences and things like that to the family. And lastly, if you guys like comedy, stand-up comedy, or if you remember, before there was YouTube, there was America's Funniest Home Videos. And Bob Saget, he paved the way for that. Or if you don't remember that, Full House. He was also in a couple smaller roles in some movies later on in his career. But those two shows, America's Funniest Home Videos and Full House, that's where the majority of the population remembers him from. He was funny. He was a stand-up comedian. A lot of people don't know that. Totally opposite of what you saw on TV.
Right.
Like, boy, that stuff, you like, wait, hold up. That's you?
Yeah, I know. They said he was raunchy. I never heard that. Like, I didn't hear his comedy.
He held no punches. But a lot of comedians respected him. Very funny individual. That's how he was able to get those jobs, of course. But another one that a great comedian that passed. So again, condolences to the family. I hope you guys can check out some of their work when you have the time. But moving right along, I have a couple more things I want to talk to before I pass the mic off. Just like Ms. Quest said in the beginning, there are crazy floods going on in Brazil right now. And this isn't normal type of flooding. Flooding happens every year, but this being reported that this is the worst ever. More than 50,000 people have been basically made homeless because of the floods, landslides. This is hitting a lot of other countries or little cities around the area. And it's devastating. I seen a report earlier where another town or city Bahia. I'm horrible with names, y'all. But they had 10,000 people had to leave their particular area, and it's just flooding. It's crazy. Climate change is real, and with them cutting down trees, and because that's also, can kind of stop that, make it less extreme as it has been. They said within the last couple of years, the weather has gotten extreme. Harder rains, longer raining periods.
Right.
When they have monsoons and things like that, they're a lot stronger from years past. So we'll definitely keep you guys up to date with that. And lastly, this is kind of a 2021 review, but last year was the year of the worst airplane passengers. Kind of weird. People were just
kind of
wilding out on the plane. People was wilding, and it's not funny. Kind of is. It's a wild article. Like, they actually keep this type of data, and just so it's just something to what they did that wild. So with that being said, I do have some more, but that's going to be in the next segment. Take it away, Miss Quest.
Hey, are we ready for quotes and questions? Okay.
I hope so. I hope
I hope you paid attention. Well, I think I have more questions than anything. So anyway, let's play. Quotes and questions. So the first question is, what congressman challenged Rachel Maddow this week?
Oh, I know this one. It's the dude with the funny hair.
Let's see if anyone knows. Oh, what? Michelle P's in the building. We got
shout out.
A question.
Hello.
I know she knows all of these.
I do have a guess. I'm not looking at the chat, so I don't know if Michelle P guessed, because I know she'd be on point. I'm not looking, but
what congressman challenged Rachel Maddow this week?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm going with wait. Or should I wait before I give my answer?
Yeah, let's see if Michelle P knows.
I'm gonna wait, because I know this
delayed. You probably do. Yeah. We'll give her a few more minutes.
Few more.
Oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know who challenged Rachel Maddow this week.
That would be Mr. Gates.
No, you didn't know.
I thought it was.
No, he actually said that Rachel was afraid to have him on her show.
Oh, he did. Yes. I thought it was.
So this guy, he did this to the Proud Boys on 1/6. I think he did. Well, all of them did it, didn't they? They all kind of said that. Okay, so his initials are MC. Come on, y'all. Y'all know this. MC. He's a real jerk. He represents the state that he doesn't live in.
Wait, no. That's somebody else. Nope. I'm drawing a blank, y'all.
Okay, I'll give it. Madison Cawthorn.
Oh.
Yes.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah, I know. Okay, next. Next one's a quote. It's a funny quote. What a moron, Jesus Christ. Who had the hot mic and said that?
Oh.
Someone said it. Who had the hot mic? What a moron, Jesus Christ.
What a moron.
Oh, Michelle, you're really delayed. What a moron, Jesus Christ. They had a hot mic during a hearing. He's not a politician. Yes, Fauci. She got
Oh,
it.
you see,
Yeah.
I seen that when I looked at him. Like, he probably got that right. He probably
Yeah.
got that right.
Yeah. Okay, here's one. Now, if you paid attention this week, you would notice. I think my mic is too loud. What former American Idol star is running for Congress? What former American Idol star is running for Congress? I know our moderator knows this. You can't answer.
What? Let's see.
What former American Idol star is running for Congress?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey,
Kelly?
Infinite. Infinite's in the building. Hey, Infinite.
I'm gonna say Kelly.
What former American Idol star is running for Congress? And it's not Kelly.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm
Clay
gonna have to use one.
Aiken. Yeah, they got it. Infinite
Nice. Good, because I was
yeah.
about to use one of my go-tos.
Let's see. Oh, here's a great one. I have something that will cure you from COVID. It's a dry mist. I got something to cure you from COVID. Yeah, it's a dry mist.
What? A dry mist?
It's a dry mist. Yes, Michelle got it.
That I don't
Walker. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he wants to run for senator. Herschel got hit upside the head too many times.
Oh,
okay, what prime minister had to apologize this week for breaking COVID rules?
What prime minister? For breaking COVID protocol or rules.
Or protocol. Protocol's good. What prime minister had to apologize this week for breaking COVID protocols? Yes. Oh, good job. Oh, sorry, Michelle, I didn't repeat it. It was Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson was at a whole party. Let me tell you, he was not playing. He was at a whole party. He apologized. And he said, I didn't know this was a party. He's like, I went to work right afterwards. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? You just
this is a lot of people in here. Yeah,
just apologize. Just apologize. Okay, what historical icon was just turned into a Barbie doll?
Into a Barbie doll.
What historical icon was just turned into a Barbie doll?
I know that they put a quarter out, but that's not a Barbie doll.
Correct. It's not a Barbie doll.
It's not.
It's not Kanye. It's not Terry Crews. It's not Candace Owens.
Was it? Yeah, I'm about to say Ida B. Wells.
Yeah. Close.
I know they also have a documentary coming out.
Yeah, Ida B. Wells. Everyone. She is a doll. Let's see. I could have another one. Yeah. Which one? Okay. I did not recognize the man at the podium yesterday, referring to Biden.
I didn't recognize the man at the podium referring to Biden.
Someone said that about Biden, that they didn't recognize the man at the podium.
Didn't recognize the man at the podium. Dang. I don't know this one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, as soon as Biden gave his speech, this guy ran and gave his own press conference because he just hates voting rights because we already have voting rights and he's not getting rid of the filibuster and all of this stuff.
Was it McCartney or McCarthy? However you say his name?
No, but you were
Okay.
close. He's got more power than McCarthy. He looks like a turtle.
McConnell.
Yeah.
McConnell.
Yep.
You got the bulbous neck.
I don't even know if Biden's speech was over before Mitch McConnell gave his presser and was saying, I don't know who that was. He's calling us racist. So
we don't know who he is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, actually, we do know who he is, don't we? That is the end of the quotes and questions. Thank you guys for playing. As always, I don't know if I could play this game. You guys do really good. I really don't know if I could do it.
They be on point with it.
They really
on point.
Really do. So what do you have for stories?
All right. So I'm gonna start off. This is actually one of the things that Ms. Quest said at the top of the show. Briefly talk about what's going on between John Ossoff and Josh Hawley. And I think this kind of started back a couple weeks ago. And of course, it was reported that Nancy Pelosi may have had done a little bit of insider trading or whatever, things like that. And that's not good. You can't do that, because these Congress people do have access to information that, the normal investor, even people in Wall Street don't have access to. And because of that, they can either sell stocks, buy stock, hold it, and then sell it in, future. Laws are being passed, policy is being made. And if you happen to be in either a committee or you yourself are proposing a bill, and just so happens you may have stock in a particular company or, or different companies within a particular industry, and your bill can either affect them greatly or hurt them in a negative way. And if you're doing all of that based on your, the stocks that you personally own, that's looked down upon. That's, that's insider trading. Look at what happened with Martha Stewart. Look what happened with her. Other people getting caught with selling or having that type of information. So with that being said, that's how we have come to today. And John Ossoff has presented or proposed a bill called Ban Congressional Stock Trading. And it's basically saying, hey, if you want to be in Congress, if you want to be a person that serves the public, making sure that they have the best laws and you have their interests at heart, you can't sell stock. You can't do none of that, right? Because just think about the position you're in and what I just talked about. You're getting information about different companies, how much they're making, how much they're losing. You're getting information that we don't get. And based off that, you can then say, you know what, I think I want to buy this or I think I want to sell. You can't do that. So John Ossoff has presented this bill. And it's also being reported that actually, before he went and presented this bill himself, he actually reached across the aisle. He reached across, said, hey, we get some Republicans. Let's try to do a bipartisanship bill. Let the American people know we're unified in this and we don't want corruption and all the good stuff and warm and fuzzies. And they said no. And they're like, nah, I'm good. Now, Josh Hawley has presented his own bill. And his bill is Banning Insider Trading in Congress Act. Now, both of these bills are similar to what's already a bill that's already been in place for decades now. The only difference, which is slightly, there's a slight difference between Josh Hawley's bill and Jon Ossoff's bill. Jon Ossoff's bill would include dependents. Basically, what his bill is would basically be like Trump when he was in office and he had all those stocks and things like that. And he was like, oh, you have to divest from those. He was like, no, I'm good. I'm not divesting. My kids are going to take over. Well, with Jon Ossoff's bill, you can't do that now, or you won't be able to do that if his bill gets passed. It's going to stop the actual parent and their kids from, buying stock, being able to have that type of information because they would still have access to those accounts. Josh Hawley's bill doesn't include that. He don't want that. Very, very interesting. But basically, lastly, before I move right along, Hawley's bill, and I'm reading this from Axios, and I'll make sure you guys have that. Josh Hawley's bill would have the Government Accountability Office provide oversight, whereas Ossoff's bill would leave it to Congressional Ethics Committee. And I think that's a better way of handling it. It's all about ethics, making sure, you swore an oath to be fair, honest, all of that. And if you're going to, get some information so you yourself can become richer, I think you're doing the country and your oath of office a disservice. So I think it should be handled by the ethics committee. Because when you hear about things like that, it goes to an ethics committee, whether it be in corporate business, in the public, things like that, because that's ethics. That, hey, being accountable, yeah, that's cool. But now we have to talk about your morals and things like that. So those are the few differences between the two bills. I'll definitely keep you guys posted when more information comes and we move forward, or they move forward with those with either one of those two bills. Next thing we're going to go is past couple, I would say before the new year. I've always been talking about finances, things like that. We had Miss Marzouk on talking about different things you can do to better your finances, teach your kids about finances, because it's very important, especially the way the economy, things are going right now. I want to make sure you guys are up to date on that and what you can do and what's going on with the economy. And right now, hold on, let me just pull up this article. It's actually, I'm sorry, before I get to that, the voting rights bill has been stalled in the Senate. And right now, Chuck Schumer, and there's a big debate about changing the rules to the filibuster and things like that so we can get to business, get these laws that will help the American people pass. Well, of course, the Senate's trying to block it. The Republicans, we might not have enough votes as well to get the law passed right out. Well, Chuck Schumer has found a way to actually have both bills presented on the Senate floor. And it's basically called Messages Between the Houses. And I never heard of this. I know you guys are like, what the heck is that? Well, Message Between the Houses, I'm getting this from MSNBC. You guys can check this out as well. But basically, hold on one second. The message between the House to pass amendments to the bill. Basically, the House has their bill, they give it to the Senate adds their bill or whatever amendments they want, then they pass it back to the House for their bill, and that's the final resolution. The thing about this particular way is it is mandatory that when they do it this way, the bill cannot be debated. It goes straight to the Senate floor for their amendments, and then they send it back. This is a rare situation. The stars have aligned or whatever, and it's likely that if Schumer uses this particular method, the Voting Rights Act, the acts and bills that we need can be sent to the Senate floor and done immediately. So this is some, backdoor, hasn't been done since whenever this was created. But it is looking like this may be a way for the things that we need, especially the Voting Rights Act, to get passed in a faster way without having to have the necessary votes to get it done. So this is some crazy stuff. I still don't know all the details when I was reading this article, but you guys definitely check it out. And if Chuck Schumer can get this done, it's there's no secret handed, nothing evil about it. It's just, this is what it is. So definitely check this out. It's something that definitely needs to happen. We have to get Voting Rights Act because these people are trying to push everybody out the way. And we're not gonna stand for it. We're gonna fight. And I definitely commend Chuck Schumer for, doing what he can to find the messages between the houses. This is some crazy stuff, but definitely check that article out, and let us know what you guys think in the comments or in the chat. And lastly, before I pass the mic off, I definitely want to end my segment off with a quote. This is from presidential candidate Mariam Williams. And this is kind of her take on like what's been going on and how it's not a battle of what you think. And it's not a fight that we're being told the honest truth. So let me just read the article and then we'll go from there. But she says, this is not a time in our lives to pussyfoot around the truth. It's not a time in our history to allow our devotion to something as ultimately meaningless as political party to blind us to the truth of our circumstances. This is real dichotomy in American politics. It's not between the right and the left. It's between the powerful and the powerless. The political media industrial complex headquartered in both parties has created the left and right culture wars to distract Americans from the truth, who and what actually oppresses them. Our fellow citizens are not our enemy. Greed is our enemy. Abusive power is our enemy. Injustice is our enemy. Unfettered corporate influence is our enemy. And when I heard that and when I read, I was like, wow, that's kind of wow. And it's, for me, this show is about giving information to the people, to you guys, to make sure you have the most correct, up-to-date, unfiltered information as possible. And the people, the elites, they're trying to corrupt that with all these different distractions, and hopefully our goal is we can weed off that distractions and give you guys the honest, raw truth. Whether it's good or bad, we want you to have it so you can be better to make better informed decisions, whether it be for yourself or your family. So I just thought that was just something to think about. I'll leave a link for you guys to read the whole article that she wrote that goes along with that. But thank you. I miss you guys. Thank you for stopping by. But I'm passing the mic off to Miss Lana. Take it away.
I got nothing. Well, I do have, what I do have? So I have some common COVID questions, frequently asked COVID questions. So let's just start there. I got that.
All right. Go.
So, and we'll give you some answers. So we know you've been thinking these things and you just haven't asked anyone. So number one, can I still have sex during a pandemic if we're both feeling well and practicing social distancing and no known exposure?
Hey, that is a very important question.
That is a very important question. Can you have sex during a pandemic? The answer is yes. You can still have sex during a pandemic as long as you guys do not have any symptoms. You are practicing social distancing, and you're wearing your mask and going by the guidelines, and you're not jumping around. You just
right.
It's
do
okay.
You do.
You can do
it.
People
need to release. It's
enjoy.
Fun and
exactly.
Enjoy.
Can you contact COVID from kissing? Mm-hmm. Yes. The virus that causes COVID travels in your saliva. So you don't want to be swapping saliva again, unless it's your significant other, your husband, someone is practicing social distancing,
right?
And all that good stuff we talked about. So if you don't want to have sex with them because you don't trust them with pandemic, you probably don't want to kiss them either. So that's kind of a rule. Can you still get COVID after a vaccine? The answer is yes. Most people with COVID are unvaccinated. However, since vaccines are not 100% foolproof at preventing it, so yes, there are breakthrough cases. But chances are you won't be in the hospital and you won't be very ill with it. You'll just have symptoms of a cold or a flu. Yes. So
and I'll take that any day.
Any day. Get your boosters. Next commonly asked question. Is COVID spread through swimming pools? That is a commonly asked question. I
never even thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody asked it.
Yeah, right. So for now, there's no evidence that it's spread through recreational water. But if you are in a swimming pool, you still need to practice social distancing away from people. I kind of don't know. I guess there's chlorine in the water. Like I would just have the issue with if you're in there with kids or whatever, people spitting the water back out and stuff like that. That would just freak me out. And that freaks me out when I'm not in a pandemic. But
right.
Peeing in the but no, for now, you're safe. Let's see. Can COVID spread through drinking water? So far, it has not been detected in the drinking water. So far, so good. The water treatment that, cities, towns, and states have, maybe except for Flint or Bar Harbor, kills COVID. So kills the virus. So you should be okay. Let's see. How long does COVID survive on clothing? Not long. It survives on hard surfaces longer than it will survive on your clothing. The exact time, no one knows. Like no one knows. It just stays longer on hard surfaces. So that just means that just stay washing your hands regardless. Continue to wash your hands.
Make sure you clean the surfaces. Get like disinfectant wipes.
Right.
Spray.
Clean your surfaces. Heat does kill the virus though. Can COVID spread through food? Can it spread through food and packaging? Can it transmit through that? There has been no evidence so far Again, this
Right.
is all so far. So there are no cases thus far. How long can COVID linger in the air? So small droplets and aerosol particles can remain suspended in the air for minutes to hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time. So if somebody sneezes maybe 30 minutes ago and you walk into it, that's a bad thing. That's why you need to always have your mask on. Oh, go ahead.
And to make it more, to make it not make more sense, but so you can have a visual. That is just for one person.
Right.
Everything she's talking about is for one person.
Right.
Just so that you're able to comprehend what's being said.
Right.
Now, if you take that one person and apply that to the public, that 1 minute, that 1 minute lasts basically all day. All
it's
day.
true. Imagine everybody just going around like just talking, chewing. That's why you got to wear your mask. That is why you have to wear your mask.
That's hopefully that's a good visualization of what she's talking about and why it's important, like she just said, to wear a mask, because what she's saying applies to one person, but again, that one person equals the public. So that's a lot of people talking in that 1 minute. Like she said, you may be over here, walk over there, so it's very important that if you're in the public, please wear a mask. If you have the opportunity, get your shots, get boosted. And if not, wear a mask. Like we've had this conversation before, but continue. I'm sorry.
I know that's fine. The last commonly asked question: if you have COVID, so not even a question. This is like something you should know. If you have COVID, do not share your blankets, your towels, your sheets, pillows, pillowcases, dishes, cups. You should know this, but just in case you don't know this, don't do it. And do not drink after people who have COVID and all those things. You need to put them dishes in the dishwasher, wash them in very hot water because heat kills the virus. Wash the sheets
and wash them separately.
Right, exactly.
Wash them separately. If you got sheets, do everybody else's laundry first, then do those. And same thing with the dishes. If you're gonna wash them, wash those separate, then wash everybody else's after you sanitize the sink. I'm just saying. Saying.
It's true. It's true. It's
we definitely want to keep people safe. It's a new year, new beginnings. Definitely energized, and we want to make sure you guys are safe and just doing just the bare minimum, the basics. Will keep you and your family safe. I'm not here to try to tell you to get vaccinated, nothing like that. But we always will suggest it. But do what you have to do to stay safe. Yeah.
Right.
Real quick.
Go ahead. Oh no, I was just gonna, I don't have a story or anything because I have that, but I did hear like in B-more, as y'all call it, in Baltimore, the University of Maryland, they did the first pig heart transplant to human.
Wow. So what? Wait. What?
So animal transplant to human.
Wow.
The first one.
Wow.
They used a pig heart.
That's wild.
57-year-old David Bennett had some type of heart issues. He was going to die. He didn't qualify to be on the list for a heart. I don't know the background, but if you have other sicknesses or things like that, you don't
It makes it
qualify for the
harder.
heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to qualify. They're going to give it to someone who stands a chance, more of a chance. They're not going to give it to you
Mm-hmm.
if you have all kinds of other issues. So he did this experiment. It's not experimental, but like it was the first. He was like,
Yeah.
I'll do it because he's going to die anyway if he doesn't do it. So he might as well take the chance. So far he's still alive. It just happened maybe 4 days ago. Yeah.
Wow.
And they do
Wow.
something with the heart. So they don't just take the pig heart out of the pig and put it in the
Mm-hmm.
human. They do all kinds of treatment of it and make it so that it could live in this human's body. Yeah. Make
Yeah,
it
and that's
compatible to it.
yeah, and
Isn't that
that's
crazy?
awesome. That just shows you the advancement in medicine
Right.
technology to be able to it's almost similar to like when scientists use rats to grow like a human ear or something like that from like
Yeah.
back in the early 90s and
Yeah.
in mid 2000s and
Right.
stuff like that. So that just shows you the progression of
Right.
technology. Yo,
Right.
that's hey, congratulations to him.
I know.
For
I
real.
mean, it sounds crazy, but really it can be life or death for millions of people who are on these long waiting lists. And if they
Hmm.
can, start to use organs from animals with some tweaking, I mean,
Hey, would you rather pass away or would you rather have a
right,
heart grown inside a pig?
exactly. Like it's a heart. Mm.
Ain't nobody gonna see it. like ain't nobody gonna see it. They just gonna be like, "Oh, you still kicking?
I mean,
Good for you, Billy."
I mean, he was gonna die. We do say we can't do it, but if you're faced with life or death, like he was going to die. He didn't have much. He was gonna die
Hmm.
without a transplant. He was dying. So you know,
Hey, this is just
and now he gets to
this
stay
is
with his
technology moving forward.
yeah, he sees his family, and they don't know if he will survive. They still don't know. You know what I mean? It's a long way, but it's the first week. But he's alive. He sees his
Hey,
grandchildren, his kids. So
hey. So
yeah,
I know he's happy and the family's grateful, even if unfortunately he does pass soon or not. I know that his family's grateful for the time that they do have to spend with them and things like that. So
right.
it's family's important, people. Family's important.
So that happened.
Yo. Well, anything you wanted to say before we close out tonight?
So I forgot the Black history is American history, but I can say something off the top of my head if you want. I can do that. I just got a whole, data bank of them.
Of course,
So
of
so
course.
let's do one. Let's talk about P.T. Barnum. As you know, P.T. Barnum is from Barnum Bailey, whatever circus. Everybody likes a
The Barnum
circus,
Bailey
right?
Circus.
You've gone
Yeah.
to a circus. I've gone to a circus. Who doesn't spend money at the circus? Who doesn't take their children to the circus? You may want to rethink that. So, P.T. Barnum, how did P.T. Barnum become so big in the entertainment? How did he start to be this big showman? How did he
Hmm.
start? Exploiting.
Wow.
He owned a woman. He had her enslaved. Her name was Joyce Heth. She was an old woman. She was blind and partially paralyzed. P.T. Barnum took her, around the Northeast, town to town, city to city, and exploited her, showing her off, saying that she was 161 years old and that she was a 161-year-old mammy, like, the woman who takes care of the white
Hmm.
baby and they suck on her breast or
Yep.
whatever, to George Washington. That's how he sold
Wow.
her. So he went, and so he had these what are those shows when you have like the hairy woman or the person with the
Yeah.
four arms, like the
The
particular
not the
type of
freak show,
show. It is
but
like the
it's
freak
it's
show, right? That's exactly what it was. So that's how he had her. and people were paying to see the 161-year-old mammy of George Washington, because again, that's what she thought. And like I said, she was blind, she was paralyzed, she was already old, and she's probably looked really old because of back then. So that's how he exploited her, and he dragged her around the world, making money off of her. And when she died, people still wanted to get pieces of her. They did her autopsy. People paid to see the autopsy. It was public because they wanted to know really how old she was. Was she 161 years old? So there you have it. P.T. Barnum, Barnum and Bailey Circus, made his money from exploiting his person that he had captive, enslaved. Her name was Joyce Heth.
That's wild.
You ever want to go to a circus? Think about that.
Dang, because I did want to
money
say.
to.
So, okay, let me see. Does this count? I went to Universal Circus.
Okay, that's different. That's not Barnum.
Okay,
that's not Barnum Bailey.
No, I went to that one. It was off the hook. I'm talking the music. Yeah. They was jamming. I was in the seat like, oh, let's get it. They had the lions and tigers. Yo, I had a blast. I don't even know if they're still around anymore.
Yeah,
but me,
pandemic, so yeah.
Me and my little brother went. My pops took us. Yo, we had a blast. Universal Circus. The dude came out. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. He came out. He had the little loudspeaker. You saw, like, had a blast. Also, the other one I went to, was the French one. What is it?
Circus Soleil. Yeah,
I went to that one, and the acrobatics on that, y'all can check them out. Yo, and we went to the one because every time they do it, they have like a different theme, and we went to the one where it was about bugs. Yo, I'm talking like they came out in bug costumes. It was crazy. They was doing backflips, and it was off the hook. So if you guys can check that out, check those out. But that's all I got. Thank you so much. Oh, I missed you guys. I missed you. Please share this video, like, share, subscribe. Come back next week for another awesome show. That's all I got. What you want to say to the people before we go?
That's it. Be safe. Hey, 12 and up, I think, have been approved to get their boosters. Check that out.
Yes.
So you have a kid that's 12 and up, sign them up so they can get boosted. It's saving lives.
There it is. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Night. Bye-bye.